Hey guys, Mach1 Aussie coming at you from Perth, Western Australia. A new blogger to the scene. Just thought I'd do a bit of a coastal ride today and show you my local town. So yeah, just to tell you a bit about myself. I've been riding now for about 2 months. Over here in Western Australia we've got a restricted license initially for learners. So you get to ride a bike that's restricted up to 660cc under a certain power to weight ratio, just while you learn for the first year, and then you can go for your full license and get anything you want really. Yeah, so I just got a little Ninja 250, just something to learn a bit of roadcraft before I go out and get a missile. Yeah, and I've just recently got a Sony ActionCam. I got the AS100V, little white one. Yeah, it's got a pretty nice little profile. It's one of those bullet type cams. I didn't quite like the mounts that came with it, although it does take the GoPro mounts with an adapter. So I got onto this stuff called 3M Dual Lock, which is kind of like Velcro on steroids. So I got that on the side of my helmet, and yeah, the camera stays on good and tight there. You can hold the whole helmet's weight just by holding on the camera, and it doesn't fall off even when you shake it, so I think it's pretty secure. Yeah, I did a bit of a test run recently with the camera position, just to make sure I'm not pointing at the road or any dumb shit like that. Yeah, I think I got it well positioned now. Went out yesterday and got a little external mic, so this is really just the first test run to see what that's like. Let's hope the audio's alright. So it's a pretty nice coastal road here. Goes for about 20 k's. Right by the beach. Nice and cruisy ride, so let's see how we go. You guys might actually recognise some of this. One of the other vloggers that frequencies parts is Leadpin. It's during the day now, so he's probably at work, so we won't see him, but I'm sure I'll come across him once or twice in these vlogs, so I'll try and point him out. Yeah, it was a bit weird when I was just starting to look at some of the motorbike vlogs. I probably looked at his the most, and it just so happens I think he must live in my local area. So probably watching both him and Adrian Nickelodeon. Good blokes, pretty funny, especially Leadpin. Anyone with the slogan "Hang out with your mang out's got to be pretty funny in my books. Yeah, so I was a little bit undecided at first when I was trying to find an action cam to do these vlogs with. I was kind of looking between the GoPro, the Drift HD Ghost, which looks pretty good. I think that's what Leadpin uses. There's also the Contour, which I think Adrian Nickelodeon uses, but I heard they went out of business for a while, so I wasn't too sure if I should stick with them. Yeah, so I decided on the Sony ActionCam in general. I think a couple of the features that appealed to me was the inbuilt stabilisation. So if the bike's bouncing around a bit, hopefully the image is still half decent. And it's got some GPS features in it as well, so you can kind of track which way you ride and all that kind of bullshit, so I might check that out. But probably the profile of it as well. It's nice and thin. It's a little bit dumb in terms of the mounts on the bottom, so you got to really mount it on top of your helmet with the stock ones that they give you. But with the shape of my helmet, it's got a couple of vents up there and some of those new drop-down sunglasses, so it wasn't really a convenient spot to put it. And you kind of look like a bit of a dork, so I don't want to be shouting it out to everyone that I'm filming them. So I kind of like the side profile. Probably cuts off your view a little bit, but it's a little bit kind of less obtrusive. I got a white helmet as well, and the new camera's white, so that helps kind of blend it in a bit. So as I say, I've only been riding for a couple of months, so I'm a bit of a noob still, so I might make a mistake once or twice, but yeah, I suppose it's all part of the learning curve, isn't it? Everyone was a learner at some point. I tell you what though, one thing that I have really noticed in the short time that I have been riding, there's a pretty big divide between the old street bikes and the cruisers. So, like, you give a nod and, you know, 4 out of 5 street bikes give you a nod back if they see you, but you hardly ever get a nod back with the Harleys and those kind of guys, so I don't think they like us so much, but hey. SQUID. I don't know how some of these guys can ride with just boardies and shirts on, man. Like, I know it gets hot here in Perth, Western Australia, like probably 46 degrees in the peak of summer. What's that, like 115 Fahrenheit? But still, man, the dress for the slide, not the ride. So yeah, I mean, my jacket, I haven't got anything too flash, so I'm just starting out, so to see what things are like first before I put too much money into some good gear. But I got a DriRider textile jacket. I think it's the Climate Control 2. So yeah, not too bad. It's got all the armour and all that kind of shit. But hopefully I won't need it. Just like insurance though, mate, you don't need it till you need it. Some pretty nice houses along this way, eh? I'd love to have a house along this strip. But it's pretty funny, like, you got the real mix of these ultra modern $1 million homes, and then you got the shabby little asbestos shack that's probably been there for 50 years. Wouldn't you love to have a long lost relative to own one of them? These places. You can hear a fighter jet off there somewhere. See if we can see one of these little fibro shacks. They're classic. house. There you go, look at this little joint. Probably a couple of the young surfers that own that. Block alone would probably be about 1.5 million. Not a bad little coffee shop here, yellow. Things packed out in bloody summertime on the weekend. It's midweek now, so not so many people there. Oh, hello ladies. We'll just head in here. This is Trigg Beach here. It's pretty not bad metropolitan surf beach. Get smaller waves in the Perth metro area, but you know, head down south to Margaret River Way, and that's something like the world tour down there, 20-foot waves. Used to be a pretty nice cafe here, but they've must be doing renovations, I think. Knocked half the shit down. Let's take a bit of a wander. Gonna show you the scenery. Pretty flat today. Not much swell. It does get a little bit packed with surfers because it's pretty well known here, but you know, it's a good little spot anyway. It's kind of 3 well-known beaches over here in Perth. Trigg here, just up the beach there a little bit further. Scarborough, probably one of the most well-known. And one other one a little bit further down the coast called Cottesloe. That's pretty nice down there too. So this is my bike here, guys. It's a 2012 Kawasaki Ninja 250R, and yeah, it's a pure stock bike, really, no mods to it. You know, I've just done a bit of personalisation, just put some reflective rim stickers on there, and you know, the anodized caps and that kind of shit, just to make it your own after you bought it second hand. But yeah, other than that, oh, I got a disc lock for it as well, just off one of those Chinese sites, Deal Extreme or something. Unbelievable. They're about 50 bucks here, and yeah, managed to get those rim stickers and a disc lock from dealextreme.com for like 11 bucks delivered. I don't even know how they can do that. But yeah, I was having to think about getting one of those Yoshimura slip-on exhausts. They sounded like they had a pretty nice note to them. But again, like, you know, you're probably looking 500 odd bucks for that. Is it really worth it for a starter bike? Probably not, I don't think. Oh, hello ladies. Let's head down Scarborough way, I think. Oh, yummy mummy. Out for a morning run. Mama. down this way. I know you can go right there, but it's kind of nice little road down here. Look at all the doggies going for a walk. Have a dog a bit like that. Golden Lab, pretty nice dog. A couple of young kids, so old Golden Labrador's a pretty good family dog. Come on, you can do it, little ninja. That's it. I think I can. I shouldn't give a shit, it's a good little bike. Picked it up for 3.8 with a motorbike stand, so you can, you know, spin the back wheel and lead the chain. Which I didn't think was that bad. It had done 5,600 kilometres on the clock, which is pretty low kilometres, I thought. So I think the owner before me bought it new and just didn't really ride it much. Had it for a year, and yeah, he was going for his full license when I bought it off him. Seemed like a pretty good bloke. There was a whole heap of young guys in there in a share house, and yeah, they're all bikers, so in that kind of situation they usually look after the bike pretty well. Oh man, some dude's broken down there. That's gotta suck. I wonder how you go starting a bike. You must be able to do it right, so I suppose just roll it down the hill and slip the clutch a little bit. Might be a bit bumpy. There's an event on this weekend that I'm thinking about going to, the Salvation Army Christmas Appeal, and it's like a bike riding event just down the main freeway here, and to go along to it you just have to really bring a toy to donate to this charity. So yeah, it's the first time I've done it, so hopefully it's good. Hopefully I'll meet a few people in the motorbike community. It's just really just me amongst my group of friends since I've got a bike at the moment. The missus and my old lady aren't really on board with it, but hey, YOLO, right? Choppers up in the air there. I wonder what's going on. Must be tourists, I think. They do chopper runs down the coast in summer here though. So we had like heaps of shark attacks. Got a lot of white pointers around this area. And last year in particular, they had, I don't know, it was like 6 shark attacks or something like that. It was a lot more than usual. So yeah, for a few years they've been flying the helicopters up and down the coast just to spot for sharks and let people know. You know, the chances of dying from it though are still pretty slim. I mean, so many people die in car accidents and from bee stings each year, but you know, people still drive that kind of shit. So I still let my kids swim in the ocean, so it's a risk you take, isn't it? Pretty nice honeys and bikinis down this way in summer, so it's Let's go check them out. I got one of these blind spot mirrors as well. They're quite good for the bike. So I guess that's one thing as a new biker that you're not really used to from being a cager is a lot less mirrors. So you obviously don't have your rear vision mirror to check in as well as your side mirrors. So I guess your side mirrors on the bike are a lot smaller. So it takes a bit of getting used to, but I bought that single blind spot mirror because I thought with the convex design it gave you a fair bit of vision there. So I want to decrease my risk as much as possible. Get out of my way, fool! Scarborough Beach. They had a dead whale float up here about a month ago. That'll be good for the sharks. Yeah, they ended up, the council had to tow it away and it cost them like fucking 100,000 or some bullshit to put it in landfill. And another one died a week later. So they decided to tow this one out to sea. Alright guys,